In this video, we will discuss about a kinetic model that has been presented in the paper that discusses about the tailin FAK connections under the influence of force and whether they are able to relate their results from the model, kinetic models, with the experimental results that they have observed that have been presented in our previous videos. So let us first discuss the model. So they have this tailin that can undergo stretching uh, in the forward reactions through this rate constant K1 and reverse reaction through this rate constant K2. So it undergoes reversible stretching that will cause this FAK interactions to interact with this FAK, and then it will form FAK-tailin complex in a reversible manner. With the forward rate constant is K3 and reversible rate constant is K4. And then activations of this FAK-tailin complex is also reversible with the K5 for the forward rate constant and K6 is the reversible rate constants. Now they check the impact of this coupling factors. In this case they change this K3 value and see whether it will impact the relationship between tailin and force, and they can see that there is a linear relationship between tailin and force. They use different alpha, or they decrease the value of K3. We can see that for it can impact the tailins and force relationship, but it will maintain the linearity. And when they check the FAK-tailin complex formations, it also shows that with decrease in alpha, there is a decrease in the FAK-tailin formations, and the activations of this complex FAK-tailin complex is also dependent on this coupling factor alpha. Or the other things that they have identified is reduce the value of K3, and they see the similar results. Thereafter they wanted to see the impact on this binding rate through this K3. The first one is where they target the alpha, and in the second case they target the K3. That is, they reduce the K3 value from 0.1 to 0.01 to 0.001, and they can see that with reductions in the K3, the linearity relationship fades away, or it goes down. And for this tailins relationship to force, and when they check about this complex relationship, it shows that with the decrease in the K3, they see a decrease in the FAK-tailin complex formation. It is evident from this panel A, where the rate constant of K3 goes down and the product formations also goes down. And similarly, the activations of these further products, that is activated phospho FAK-tailin complex, will also goes down, since the raw material for this, or the feed for this, is when goes down because of the decrease in the K3 values. Now they check the impact on, and this results, that is decrease in the K3, is also related to the results that are presented previously in the while discussing this topic, that with a decrease in the, or when they use this mutated FAK or mutated tailin, they see a decrease in the activations or FAK formations. Now they wanted to see the effect on this K5. When they reduce this K5, they can see that for the tailins they do not see too much impact with force, and for these complex formations they see a decrease. For the complex formation they see a increase in the force. When they reduce this K5, it is evident when the K5 is reduced, the raw material productions will be high as it is consumed less. Thereafter they check the activations of the phosphorylation. It will goes down, since the K5 is the rate constants for the forward reactions which will form this phospho FAK-tailin complex. So if K5 goes down, then it will, these activations of this FAK also goes down. This is also signifies the results that people have seen experimentally and that we have discussed in our previous videos, where We have seen that the mutations in this at the phosphorylation site uh, will prevent this will prevent activations of this tailin complex, but it will not affect it will not affect this formation of the FAK-tailin complex, but it will prevent the phosphorylations of this FAK-tailin complex, thereby signaling down, affecting downstream signals. So from their kinetic model results, which are which mainly reflects the experimental observations that they have observed that have been discussed previously. So if you need to understand more about this kinetic models, so far this from their experimental results and the kinetic models as they are in line to each other, they propose that the kinetic models can be used to understand these tailin FAK connections under force. If you need to understand more about their experimental details, results in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.